Hello there and welcome back to another video, and thank you ever so much for joining me for another video as well. I hope you guys are doing okay, hope you're doing well, hope you're taking care of yourselves and just not doing what I did a little bit over the weekend and got a little bit too up in my feelings a little bit about losing the Champions League final and stuff like that, which is why I didn't do a review. I started recording a review yesterday and then something flashed up on my phone saying basically about Sadio Mane apparently wanting to move on, and so everything that I'd said in that video just wasn't relevant, and I just stopped. So here we are today on Monday, the 30th of May, and basically what this video is going to be, wrapping up the Champions League final, talking a little bit about it, and basically doing just a little bit of a season review for Liverpool. How about that? Like, it might be a bit of a long video. I hope that's okay for you. If not, I apologise. It is what it is. But this is just sort of stuff we're going to get into anyway. The final. I've looked at these stats so much, I don't even need to look at them anymore. 24 shots on target for Liverpool, 9 shots on target overall. 3 or 4 shots in total for Real Madrid, 2 on target, 1 goal. Thibaut Courtois, we had 9 shots on target, he made 9 saves. It's the be-all and end-all, right there. I truly believe 9 out of 10 times we play that match again, we win. But we can't, so we accept the loss, and Real Madrid, as 14-time champions of the Champions League or the European Cup, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. We lost 1-0, made a mistake, we paid for it. It was 2 quality teams that came up against each other, and basically a mistake either way was going to separate it. We made a lot of chances, we made good chances, played some decent football as well. The one mistake cost us, and that is what it is. 2 high-level teams, a mistake made, it went the other way. To be fair, if I'm being completely honest, probably should have lost that 2-0. Because that goal that got disallowed before half-time, which it came off a Liverpool player's knee. It might have been Fabinho's knee as well. I don't know how that got ruled out for offside. I haven't looked into it since. At the time, I thought VAR was going. I was waiting for VAR to confirm it. I'm watching the replays back and stuff like that at the time, and I'm thinking this is going to get given. And then when it didn't get given, I was absolutely astounded. Totally and 100% astounded. I couldn't believe it. I thought, how that's really lucky, because we've been on top in this game and we weren't making our chances count. Turns out that's pretty much how the whole game went. I can't criticise the Liverpool team or Klopp or the club or whatever for any part of that Champions League final. I just can't. I'm not that type of toxic person. I can't do, like, you know, I truly believe, I put it down completely to Thibaut Courtois being like one of those goalkeeper robots that you see on like TV programs and stuff, where footballers will try and take a penalty and the goalkeeping robot is just, it's just there. It's what up here. He was just everywhere. He was just everywhere. And I think he got the man of the match award for that game, and rightly so. Because of Thibaut Courtois, Real Madrid won that game. And the mistake that we made as well. But, like I say, 9 times out of 10, we would probably go on and win that game. That is just... I can't say it's facts, because it isn't, because we can't do the facts. We can't go and play that game again. I'd love to go and play that game again, though. God, that'd be ace. Because I genuinely do think that we would win it. I'm very proud of this team, and I'm very proud of these players as well. I really am. We lose out on the Premier League to 1 point, but earlier on in the season we were like 14 points away from Manchester City. No one was putting a title charge on against Manchester City. We managed to claw that deficit back, and if I look, and honestly it takes a bit of looking, there's a couple of draws or stuff like that here or there that we had. But the one that sticks out for me, the 2 that stick out for me in the Premier League, because we only lost twice in the Premier League, losing 3-2 to West Ham that was a gut punch and a half. That really was a gut punch and a half because we were doing so well and did so well after that as well. And then just after Christmas, I remember this because I fell asleep during the game. We scored a goal. It got disallowed. It's the 1-0 that we lost against Leicester City. And obviously we've seen how Leicester have done in their Premier League season this year as well. It's just, and there's a lot of draws as well. There was a draw against a draw against Tottenham early in the season, a 2-2 draw against Brighton. I'm pretty sure we had a 3-3. We did, yeah, 3-3 draw against Brentford, 2-2 draw against Man City. We can sort of accept that as well. Let me just think here as well. Chelsea, we had a 1-1 there as well, third game of the season. Like, we had a lot of draws, like draws that maybe shouldn't have been draws. And if you turn these draws into wins, then we would probably have won the title. Drew again against Chelsea. Had a hell of a thing of drawing against Chelsea just in general. Had a hell of a win streak right up until we played Inter Milan, the second leg. We lost that one, but we still carried the win streak on. Drew again to Man City recently. I think we also drew to Tottenham. Yes, we did. We drew to Tottenham. There's a lot of draws in there as well. How many? I don't know if I can get the breakdown of how many draws we actually had or whatever. Regardless of any of that, we had a lot of draws, couple of losses, and that is, basically, it's fine margins in the Premier League anyway. It just is. It's fine margins in the Premier League. In any competition as well. We've seen that in the Champions League as well. We come up short in the Champions League as well. We came up short in the Premier League. We won the FA Cup and won the Carabao Cup. So on many fronts, when you look at the whole picture, it has been a successful season for Liverpool. It seems to be that some people are only justifying it as a failure because we only won 2 trophies and because we won the lesser, what, many of us would consider, and me to a certain extent as well, I have to admit, would be the lesser 2 trophies out of the complete 4 that you can win. But we were so close in the Premier League, so close in the Champions League as well. Overall, it has been a successful season, whichever way you look at it. I didn't watch the trophy parade yesterday, but I completely understand why the players and the fans were so happy just to see each other in that type of environment. The players were buzzing. Their last bit of anything for Liverpool until probably pre-season, whenever pre-season starts as well. And also, we didn't get to do a trophy parade when we won the Premier League. It was COVID. We didn't get to, the fans didn't get to celebrate with the players didn't get to celebrate with the fans. So it was special in that way as well. We didn't get to do one that season. It is what it is. And it was good to see like the images and stuff like that afterwards of the players and the fans enjoying themselves, having a nice time. And especially for the fans as well, because of how the fans were treated by UEFA and the French police in Paris. Some of the things that you see, it's harrowing to think what could have happened. And when you hear people when you hear reports of people having the feelings of being crushed and squashed and stuff like that, and the police being in the fans' faces when it's absolutely not the fans' fault of what happened. Totally is not the fans' fault. UEFA and the French police are just trying to brand it away from their organisational problems and just blaming it solely on the fans. Liverpool fans have been on the end of this one before. I don't want any other fan base in the world, whether it's a Man United or whoever, a Real Madrid, Liverpool, Everton, whatever team it might be. I want no one should go to a football game and not go home. And there were elements of what people were talking about. Like, I can't wait to see one of the guys that I work with whenever he comes back from work and such like that as well, because I just can't wait to see what his thoughts were, because he was there in person, and I'm hoping he is all right as far as I'm aware. But what the actual scenes and stuff, like the stuff that you saw on TV, was just horrible. On the backs of times when you've got fans invading the pitches and stuff like that in Premier League games. I think it was Everton when they got the game when it was against Crystal Palace, I think it was, and they actually won the game, which meant that they were safe from relegation that season, stuff like that. Hell of a thing to celebrate for them after a very dismal season for them, but control yourselves. You know, I think there was another one. I think it was a Sheffield United versus someone, and Billy Sharp, I think his name is, got headbutted by a fan. Like, you've got these things happening over here, and then our fans and Real Madrid fans go to Paris to go to a final, an extortionate final, and they get treated like that. Like, it's just, I don't understand like what happened in that situation. And I'm hoping that there's repercussions of it as well for the French police and also UEFA. But I don't hold out too much hope. I think people are a little bit too. They still hold UEFA in quite a high regard because of their whole "we stopped the Super League" sort of thing. UEFA are going to start their own Super League. I'm pretty sure within this this is something that's on my mind a little bit as well, right? I'm just going to say it. I think within the next 20 years, I think we'll be flooded with Super Leagues. Maybe one big giant Super League, but I think we'll have maybe one or two Super Leagues of different types. I think that this game of football will be turned further away from the not casual fans. I don't mean like casual fans, but I mean just the regular match goer. I don't think that football, UEFA, the FA, the Premier League, I don't think they want like your hardcore football fans. I don't think they want them going to games, and I think that eventually they're going to just normal football going fans are going to get priced out of the game because the prices I saw people pay, not even eBay type prices, other prices that it cost me like $3,000 to take two people over. What? What? Never mind the fact that it's not a 50-50 split between like the two sets of finalist fans. It's not a 50-50 split. It's like you get 19,000, you get 19,000, and the other 40,000 will be to people that we just want there, or whatever it might be. Like we want like UEFA delegates and maybe people from different countries and neutrals and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, hang on, what? And then half the fans can't get in the ground. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent there. It is what it is. Liverpool have had a successful season. Now what we need to look for or look forward to, whether I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest, is summer. If Sadio Mane decides that this is the time that he wants to go, I cannot hold it against him. And I don't mean that in a negative way against Liverpool, and I don't mean it in a negative way or anything like that towards Sadio Mane himself. Mane has done he's won everything that he can at Liverpool. He's won everything that he can at Liverpool. He's been a very important player and was one of the first players in terms of Klopp actually evolutionising or revolutionising our team. He was key to it. I'll never ever forget Sadio Mane, debut goal, Arsenal, cutting in from the right hand side on his left foot and puts it into the top corner. Like, I'll never forget that goal from Mane, and so many others as well. Where I think he scored the back heel against Watford. That goal that he got on the ball he got from Van Dijk against Bayern Munich on the turn and put it in the back of the net. I'm never going to forget goals like that. Never ever going to forget things like that from Mane and the moments that he's helped bring to Liverpool. If he decides that this is the time that he would like to leave Liverpool, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be a bit crap. Of course it is. We love this player. He's brought us so much quality. He's grown with Liverpool as well. He's been so versatile. Started on the right hand side, moved to the left. You've seen later on this season he's been going down the middle a lot more, which he did do at Southampton as well. I will genuinely miss Sadio Mane. If he decides to stay for another year, I welcome it with open arms. But if he decides to leave, then I genuinely wish him the best of luck. As long as it's not another Premier League team, like a Man United, I don't even want to think of him going to like a Man United or anything like that. As long as he's not in the Premier League, I'll wish him all the best. I really will. If he does move to another Premier League club, then I'm not going to hold it against him. I'm just not going to be happy about it. but I think that'd be the same for everybody else as well, just as it is. But yeah, that's my true feelings on Sadio Mane. I love the guy, love the player. He's never brought controversy or anything like that to Liverpool. I can't say enough about him. So that is what it is. I understand what some people are saying. I'm seeing like Jose Enrique on Instagram has sent a message and stuff to Sadio Mane about like you'll never be loved anywhere else. Where you'll never be loved the same anywhere else than you will here. Look, things go deeper than that. Than ex players that lived that played for us messaging, current players and asking them, I hope that this is fake news and stuff like that. Things go a bit deeper than that. Things may already be decided or worked on by the agent of Sadio Mane. Things might have already been talked about, discussed. Obviously, the big link is with Bayern Munich, and with Robert Lewandowski basically turning around today saying, I don't want to play here anymore. Then it'll lend itself to, maybe Mane moving on and maybe being that focal point for Bayern Munich as well. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He's still got a lot to offer. I would like him to stay at Liverpool because I think he could still offer us a great deal. But it is what it is, isn't it? And then in the summer, I think we're due a refresh in the midfield. I think we're getting to that point where we've got, I think, two. So we've got Thiago, 31, obviously still quality. Jordan Henderson, 31, and captain. Still quality, still good on his day, and he has more good days than he ever has off days. 36 years old, James Milner, he's a machine, absolute machine. Obviously, we've got Fabinho as well, but I think from just those players there that you see how key they've been for us this season, how many times they've each played, that we've got to be aware. Yes, we've been doing some refreshing of the front line where we've had Diogo Jota come in, Luis Diaz has come in. Whether Minamino sticks around or not, I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, Origi will be moving on to AC Milan. The midfield is probably, and also, sorry, before I get sidetracked, we've also made some, some good signings in the defence as well. Having Kelleher coming through and be basically taking that number 2 spot as goalkeeper as his and winning a trophy for it as well. Fantastic performance in the Carabao Cup as well. Tsimikas, competition for Robertson. Joe Gomez, I would consider competition for Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Got Konate in as well. We've got Matip as well. Obviously Virgil van Dijk. Still got Joe Gomez, could come in as a centre-back as well. Midfield is the place that needs to probably be the focus of any sort of transfers for Liverpool as well. I know a lot of people might be looking at, it's easy to look at the front line and look at players like a Darwin Núñez that is out there, 22 years old. He will be moving on from Benfica as well. If Liverpool have the money to do this, then signing a forward, which in my eyes, maybe it's the classic person in me, I don't know. In my eyes, it would be an out-and-out striker. But I know that Klopp prefers that flexibility of being able to, if he wanted to, he could play Mane down the middle, left, right. He could play Diaz, probably left, right, maybe even through the middle. Jota, any of those positions. Likes to have those people that can have flexibility as well. I'm not sure whether Núñez or anyone I don't actually genuinely, until I've done some research, I don't really know who's out there and will be on the market. All I know is Darwin Núñez has got a £100 million price tag. So probably not going to be Darwin Núñez if we know anything about Liverpool. Obviously, we've got Fabio. I think his name Fabio. It is Fabio, isn't it? Fabio Carvalho will be coming from Fulham. Young Portuguese player. He's either Portuguese or Brazilian. I'm pretty sure he's Portuguese. I lost I lost my brain for a second there. So he'll be coming, and Klopp doesn't want to loan him out. He wants to get him used. Whatever might happen with Harvey Elliott, he's quite clearly a good, talented player, can play the Liverpool style and can play at our level. Suffered a bad injury last year against Leeds and was out for a long time. But Harvey Elliott, again, really talented player. I haven't actually watched Carvalho play, So I don't really know what his play style is, where he actually plays. Is he a cam? Is he a striker? Is he a centre forward? Like, I don't actually generally know what he is. Um, so there is options there as well. But I genuinely think, like, obviously we've been linked to, well, someone is linking us to Jude Bellingham, and I think he's already confirmed that he's staying at Dortmund, and I think he's got again a redonkulous either release clause or an asking fee to pay for Jude Bellingham at the age of 18 or 19, whatever he is. The other one was Chouameni as well. And again, another player, haven't seen him with my own two eyes. I could only go off stats and reports and stuff. Apparently, the two clubs he's choosing between is Liverpool and Real Madrid. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to guess where he's going to go, where Camavinga is already there. Okay, so there we go. I don't know what Liverpool are going to do. None of us do. We can only guess. We can only make guesswork, look at links that we're linked with and the reputable sources that are there. But generally, you've got to remember with Liverpool doing transfers, you might only know about the signing happening when the signing happens. Know what I mean? Obviously, sometimes things can get like heavy links, and maybe even Klopp talks about it a little bit. But generally, it tends to be a little bit quiet until the signing actually happens. And I like to take that same approach. I don't like just making videos for, oh, Liverpool are in the market to sign this player, or Liverpool are going to go and do the business on this. Liverpool have got £300 million. No, I don't do any of that sort of stuff. I like to work with the facts and we move on from there, because I don't want to get myself all like, oh my God, we're going to be like, I'm 70% sure that he's going to be signing for Liverpool. Now I'm 85% sure. No, there are other channels for that. It's not me. I can't fake it. It's just not what I am. It's not what I do. So yeah, it is what it is. This is like a 22, 23 minute odd video, but those are just literally all the things I wanted to say to you about anything to do with Liverpool and just football in general. And I've enjoyed talking. It's been quite nice. It's been quite therapeutic, and I've really, really, really enjoyed it. So I can leave this video with a smile on my face, and we move on. We move forward. It's all we can do. We move forward, move on, and fingers crossed we will come again. Klopp already saying, wherever the final is next year, I'm going to book a hotel. I like that. I like that boldness. I really do like that boldness, because he wants to come again. If there's one thing that we learned from this Liverpool team under Jurgen Klopp, is that when we do suffer a major loss, generally we come back fighting. Time will tell. But I do believe that we can go again, but we need time to reset as well. Maybe re-energize, maybe bring in some players. Some players will maybe be leaving us. We don't know. Things will start to wrap up, I'm sure, or start to make sense. I'm hoping in at least a couple of weeks. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again. Do take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll catch you later.